So doing this magnetic separation is going to help us when we have one thing that's magnetic and one thing that's not, and they're a mixture together. And so just practicing this right now, we're just learning what it looks like and see if we can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my sand, just plain old sand. I'm going to take some iron filings right here, shake some out. Don't need very much at all, really, just a couple little shakes. Again, we're just kind of getting the hang of what this looks like to actually do this. So separate them up. Again, if you had your mixture, it would already be mixed. Then what you're going to need is a piece of paper. So I'll take a piece of paper, and really you don't need too much of it. You can just have a little scrap right there. I'm going to hit tear because I'm going to be putting my iron on top of that piece of paper, and so I want to know what the weight of the iron is. I don't want to know what the weight of the paper is. So I click that tear button to zero it out. And now I have my mixture of sand and iron. And what I like to do is, if I take this magnet, the first time I ever did this, I took the magnet and I put it right inside this whole mixture. And what you end up with is you end up with a bunch of little tiny iron filings all over this magnet. And it's really hard to get them off, and it's hard to you go and you kind of pick them all off, and you definitely miss them. It's not as accurate. And so what I started doing, and there's probably a more scientific way of doing this, or a better method, but what I like doing is taking my magnet and just putting inside of a plastic sandwich bag. So that way there's a barrier between the iron and the magnet, and that way when I pull the magnet away from the plastic, the iron just falls right off. And so that's how I'm going to separate this. I'm going to take this magnet, put the bag around it, put it in here, pick up all my iron, go here, and then drop the iron right off of there. And so that's how we're going to separate this out. So again, it will be important to keep the magnet and the bag close to each other, because if there's a little bit of space, then it's going to fall right off. So here we go. Get a good grip on it, making sure we're ready to go. And then I'll just take this mixture, put my magnet down in there. And you can kind of see as I'm down in there, hopefully you can see this, some little iron pieces that are getting around, that are kind of moving around on it. Maybe you can't see those. If you look at my bag, you can see that there's little iron kind of sticking off of there, and those are the ones that I want to make sure stay until I put them over top of the paper. And then now I'm going to pull my magnet out, let it kind of release those. Right, so you get some down on the paper. Not perfect, but it works okay. Oh, we got a little hole in the bag. It's not great. And then we go back for more. Go and try to get as much as we can out. There's probably other types of magnets that would work better for this. If you had like a circle one, or a bar magnet would probably work pretty good. But this is the one I found in the closet, and so this is the one we're using. But I'm not even to a point now where the scale is registering how much iron I have. So what I'm wondering is it could be a couple things. It could be that I didn't put that much iron in, and I didn't even put 0.01 grams of iron. You can see what the scale's reading 0 right now. Or it could be that maybe my magnet's not strong enough. And like I said, it's just a magnet that I found in the back. And so maybe it's not strong enough. So I'm going to try to find a different magnet, and then we will check our work. So got some better magnets. We're going to check our work here. Because right now, my scale is telling me that I put 0 grams of iron into this. And so, like my dad always said, sometimes you don't need a different tool, you just need a better one. That would be a different tool. That joke doesn't make sense. That's not exactly how the joke went. Okay, so we got our different magnet in here. Oh yeah, this one's way better. So step 1 of your magnetic separation is to make sure that you have a good magnet. You can see there's quite a bit of iron on the side of that magnet. So let's just make sure we got it all out of here. Put it over top. Now, one important thing is that I don't want to put this magnet onto this the balance. Right? That's going to cause problems. There's a lot of metal pieces in there. I think that could cause some issues, and so we want to avoid doing that. if at all possible. You can see that I'm even picking up some of the iron from the scale there. There we go. Plenty on there. That's what we wanted to do. So, good magnet. We've got 0.83 grams of iron that we pulled out of our iron and sand solution. And I feel pretty confident we've got it all here. So, big things in this one. Make sure that you have a barrier between your magnet and the iron that you're taking out so that you don't have to sit here and try to pick all these little iron filings off of your magnet. Make sure that you have a good magnet. That's another important part of this part. And then go back a couple times to make sure that you have it. So that's our magnetic separation.